Hello and welcome to a Tapping Tuesday here in North America. Tapping Wednesday, I guess, if you are in the Southern Hemisphere. As you pop on, say hi. Let me know how you are doing. We're very excited here. It's 14 degrees. Yay! It's been a long time since I've been above 10, but only for today only. All right, today we are going to tap on clearing the path to get what you want. And before I start, I want to share a story with you about how this came about. So over the past, let me think, 4 or 5 months, I've had numerous injuries. And interestingly enough, every single injury that occurred was on my left-hand side. So first, I injured my neck on my left. Then I have had a hip injury that kept recurring on my left. Then I pulled a muscle in my lower back on my left side of my lower back. And then a week and a half ago, I was about to jump on a masterclass. And 30 seconds before I jumped on the class, I raced out the door because I'd forgotten my drink bottle, and as I did, whacked my hand on the corner of the wall. My hand swelled up to twice its size. You might be able to see a little bit now, but my hand swelled up to twice its size, and bruising started to appear all over my hand while I'm in the middle of this masterclass. So I'm teaching the masterclass. I'm watching at the corner of my eyes as my hand starts to swell and bleeding. And my husband, Jerry, was watching while this was going on. He was helping me with the masterclass. And afterwards he said, something's going on for you. Everything that's happening is on your left-hand side. Now, so then I thought, okay, what's my left-hand side recommend? And it's my feminine side. So your left represents your feminine side. Let me know if you can hear me. I think the microphone's on. Everything's happening with my left-hand side. And femininity is about receiving. So there were some blocks there about receiving. So I booked in a spiritual clearing session with a person that we've worked with before from Germany, lovely gal. And one of the things that she said was, you are pushing too hard in the wrong way. That's what was coming up for her. A couple of days later, after the healing, I realized something. And what I realized was that this often happens, that whenever we are on a path to wanting to achieve something, we can put the blocks in our way. So in my case, I had to review all my goals and intentions for the year. And what I realized was that I had shrunk my dream. Let me know if you've ever done that. You realize you've shrunk your dream. So when, and I love January 1st and, my word for the year is limitless, but I realized I wasn't clear on where I was going. The world is in that really weird place at the moment and sort of the uncertainty. And that uncertainty of the world was distracting me from my goals. It was then I got the thing about what we're going to be talking about today, which is where you have something standing in your way from achieving what you want. You know you're capable. You know you're clear on what you want. Hey, Nikki, you know the strategies you need to use, but there's that something that's blocking it. And that's what we're going to be tapping on today. And I hope that you will see this as something that you can do and can continue to refer back to whenever you are feeling a block. You might be in sales, for instance, and you're making all these calls and nothing's working. You might, for instance, be trying to clean eat and exercise, but there's a block that's not letting go of that excess weight. That's the next masterclass. But there's something standing in your way. It could be relationships. And you're doing all the right things, but there's something standing in your way. And that's when EFT is really, really powerful. when you get to, okay, what is it that's standing in my way? Because it always comes back to a belief. It always comes back to worthiness, value, belief in yourself. And that is always linked to something from your past. Every time, if you've read the book, The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks, he talks about our upper limit problem. Every time you want to go from this level to this level, you're going to often have to go back and redo some of this stuff. So for me this week, my focus has been, so I go back and I revisit my dream, revisit my intentions and my goals, and then started to tap again on what's standing in my way. And again, it's stuff I've dealt with in the past, but because I want to elevate to the next level, I have to go back and do it again. Self-sabotage, imposter syndrome, all that steps in the way. So this is going to be one of those videos where I encourage you to bookmark it and to do it every day, because that's the best way. EFT is like going to the gym or wanting to get fit. You just do it once. It's a practice you get into to clear the path of anything standing in your way to get what you want. That's the power of it. So, let's make sure my microphone's still working. So, I want you for a moment to write down, what is it you want to achieve? It's a perfect time to go back and look at this, because we were almost at the end of March. So we're, the next quarter of the year coming up next week. So I just want you to think for a moment, what is it that I really want to achieve, but there is something standing in my way? It feels like a block. I'm going to keep using block. It's usually a belief, but it sometimes feels like a block. Like, what is it? What is this thing that's, I'm not getting what I want? Because when you're absolutely 100% clear on what you want, and the 20% of that is putting in the strategies and doing the work behind it, but it just feels like it's not flowing, then it's a belief. And it's a block that's come about by belief that's just not pushing you up to the edge. So for the purpose of this, tapping to clear the path to get what you want, I want you to write down what's something you really want to achieve right now. What is it? Just write that down. I want you to look at that. Okay, whatever that is, look at it and then go inward. Go inward. What is my level of belief that I can actually achieve this? And for EFT to work, you have to be honest with yourself. You have to go to that feeling. So is it doubt that I can't achieve it? Is it an old pattern? I'm playing out an old pattern. Is it fear? Is it the amount of work it takes to achieve what you want? Maybe you want to, shed 20 pounds and it just seems like so much work. Maybe it's a relationship that's not working. What is it? I want you to just kind of circle that. What is this thing I want to achieve? And what's my level of belief that I can, and the thing, Shakespeare says, the truth shall set you free. So you've got to be really, you don't have to tell anybody else, you're only talking to yourself. Be honest here. One of the things I hate is that I get people who'll say to me, yeah, but I don't want to think negative. Well, it's not working. Whatever you're doing now, it's not working. That toxic positivity isn't working. So be really conscious. Hey, Karen, lovely to see you. All right, scale 1 to 10. What's your level of belief? I'm going to put mine down as a 5 because that's my level of belief. Underneath that 5, I want you to draw a line. Just draw a line across your paper, and then just put little stick, what do you call it? Lines across the line, and put that, whatever that level is, 5. I'm going to say 5. And we're going to tap, and then I want to see if there's a shift in that level of belief, up or down. Okay, remember, this is just for you, and this is something that I encourage you to do every day, because that level of belief, there will be we call it in EFT, tabletops and table legs, that this level of belief about whether you can achieve that sits there. And underneath it, it's held up by a series of beliefs, stories, words, events from your past. And so when you tap around, you're tapping around these things till the point where the level of belief releases and you're free. What are we looking for? Alrighty. So just do that. Write down what it is you want to achieve. Make it as big as you can for this purpose. What's your level of belief? And we're going to tap. So if you haven't tapped with me before, just follow me. All right. Even though I'm looking at this goal and this level of belief I have to achieve it is about a level, I'm going to say 5. So my level of belief about achieving this is a 5. I deeply and completely accept myself and how I feel. I want to encourage you to drop into this, get really clear. Even though I'm looking at this goal I want to achieve, and this level of belief is about a 5, and I want you to think about what's the feeling that comes with it. So I can feel it in my gut. I always feel it in my gut. Feel it in my gut. It's kind of a uncomfortable feeling, almost like a nervousness. That's what it is. It's a nervousness. I deeply and completely accept myself and how I feel. One more time. Even though I'm looking at my goal, and when I look at my level of belief, the feeling around it is, and I'm going to say it, nervousness. You tell me what yours is, or you say what yours is. I deeply and completely accept myself and how I feel. All right, tapping. This level of belief is I'll say 5. When I look at this goal, I'm honestly looking at a level 5. This level 5 belief, and the feeling is, so for me it's nervousness, and I can feel it in my gut. This level 5 disbelief. When I'm looking at this goal, my level of belief is only a 5. I feel this nervousness in my gut. I really want to achieve this. But there's something standing in my way. This level 5 belief that I can achieve this. This belief that's standing in my way. There's a nervousness that I feel about it. What if I achieve it? What's the feeling? This level 5 belief. Okay, just take a deep breath and let it go. Now, I'm going to ask you here, any thoughts or words that come up for you here? So for me, I'll be very brutally honest about this. What came up for me was fear. So the nervousness I was feeling about is actually fear. So what's the fear? So whatever that is for you, what's the fear? And for me, the story that's coming up is, what makes you think you can do it? Yeah. What makes you think you can do it? And the other thing that's coming up for me, and whatever it is for you, write it down. Don't skip over this. Who do you think you are? Is the other thing that's coming up for you. So just be present at the moment. What's the words? What's the thoughts? What's like, you know, I can. For those of you who grew up in a big family, in a different era than we're doing now, where you know, I remember the only time we were told we were special was what makes you think you're so special. Not, oh, you're so special, darling. No. So that's coming up for me. And I can feel a whole heap of family stuff coming up. So this, as I mentioned before we started, this is about looking at what were the words that were said to you as a child? What was your level of belief or support you had to be successful? And how in the past you've held back from being successful because of this. Because that's what you want to tap on. Remember, we're gonna get rid of all those things, all those table legs. Let me know if you're feeling this at the moment. I can't see the comments here, but just give me a heart or a like or something if you're getting it. Okay. So then what I want you to do when you've written these things down, I want you to take one thing, and we're going to tap on that. Just that one thing. Remember, one of the table legs. I'm looking at 3 things that I've written down. I'm going to stick with, who do you think you are? That's going to be mine. So what's yours? I want you to find that. What's the word? What's the story? Tabletops and table legs, remember? All right. I'm just going to tap on that. So follow me, tapping on the eyebrow point. Who do you think you are? What makes you think you can do it? Who do you think you are? What makes you think you can do it? Who do you think you are? What makes you think you can do it? Who do you think you are? What makes you think you can do it? I want to do it one more. Who do you think you are? What makes you think you can do it? Who do you think you are? What makes you think you can do it? Who do you think you are? What makes you think you can do it? Who do you think you are? What makes you think you can do it? All right, take a deep breath and let it go. Just see if that level of belief has shifted. Mine's gone up quite significantly. I'm giggling to myself because I'm 68. Where are my dad's words still ringing in my ears? And he's long gone, bless his heart. He was just doing the best he could, didn't want us to be disappointed. Well, that's how we grew up in our family. My parents were very, I don't know if you're the same. Let me know if you were the same. My parents were post-war babies, and so they were, you know, they wanted safety, you know, just get a good job and buy a house, and so stepping outside of that was almost too scary for them. And you know, they both had come from poverty, losing everything in the war. So it's not about making them wrong. It's about they were doing the best thing that they could. Okay, mine's gone up to an 8. And for the purpose of this exercise, we're going to do a reframe round. I'd really like it if you get it up to a 10. But for the purpose of this, if you're under 8, keep going. Keep tapping. Keep clearing it. Just keep it going every day. Every day. Make it as, you know, something you do every single day. I get up in the morning, do my meditation, do my workout, journal and tap. 1, 2, 3. It's done in an hour, all 3 of them. So, an hour and a half. All right. Let's do a reframe, shall we? And as I said, don't do this unless it's an 8 or hopefully a 10. Even though my level of belief was held up by an old story. I choose to release it so I can achieve this goal. Even though it's just an old belief that no longer serves me, and I choose to let it go and rewrite a new story. One more time. Looking at my goal, my level of belief has shifted upwards. I choose to rewrite this new story so I can achieve what I want. Okay, tapping. My level of belief has shifted. I choose to release this old story. Time for a new story. I deserve this. I'm worthy of achieving this. I'm capable of achieving this. I deserve this. And I'm capable of achieving it. All right. Take a deep breath and let it go. All right. Let me know in the comments how you went with that. And I'd love you to come back to this, skip through. When this comes back up, I'll just run it through, let you know what stage we start the tapping, and let me know how you go. It's such a powerful modality, literally at the tips of your fingers. And it's like exercise. If you get in the habit of doing it every day, you'll achieve such massive, massive results. All right. Love to you all. Have a great day or a night, wherever you are. And in the meantime, keep tapping. See you then. Bye for now.